You know how I do it. Let me hear you say it. Well, hello. We're about to go look at a compost bin. Enjoy the video. All right, I'm doing a video with Colleen, and we're going to learn about composting. So let's see what she has to offer. Take it away.
So I have some food leftovers that we didn't eat up in the last couple of days. I set them out this morning. I didn't have time to get out to the pile, so we'll go to the compost bin here and we'll turn some of this food that we couldn't eat into dirt.
It's considered dirt, but eventually it's black gold.
Okay.
But I won't have her on the camera because some people don't like to be on camera. It took me a while to get comfortable, so I respect everyone's wishes. So here's your compost bin.
Yes. So you can see I haven't stirred it in a couple of days.
Okay. How often do you stir it?
Well, if I've got the time, I'll stir it every day, every other day.
Okay.
This time of year. And sometimes I'll even blend up some of the food before I throw it in there just to give it a little head start.
Okay.
So, I've got just a little bit of ash and another piece of lettuce that's just been sitting out here.
Okay. So when you started it, what did you put in this before?
Well, actually, I just started with vegetables.
Got a piece of aluminum in there.
That's right. I was going to grab that.
Okay.
So I have a bird's nest over here, and so sometimes I'll put a little piece of fruit and some water in it.
Oh.
Just to see what happens.
Sweet.
So I started this to have less garbage.
Okay.
And then I like to go shop at like farmers markets and things like that, but there's always extra that
Look at
doesn't
those
get
thick
eaten.
worms.
There you go. So they're doing their job, breaking everything down.
Yep, when worms are in it, that's good. Those are some big earthworms. And the thing too is when there's worms in it, it really doesn't, it's not breaking down anymore because it's cooler. So it's a cold compost. And for this, you're going to have to keep adding. And the goal is to get this as big as possible.
Okay.
You mix browns in there, which is your carbons, your paper, your cardboard.
Okay.
And then you mix it in with grains. It's your fruit straps, stuff like that. And then after this is big, it's just going to keep breaking down. So if you see worms in it right now, that means it's down. It's no longer breaking down like it should be. But with this,
Right.
do you add newspaper or anything else? Any type of
I
paper
haven't
product?
used newspaper this year, but I did use a lot of brown, like grasses. You know, the weeds that I'd pull out, and then I'd let them. If they hadn't gone to seed, then I'd let them turn brown and put them in here.
Okay.
And you can see I've got I think this is a potato. Let's find out. I've got a few roots that just kind of go crazy on me in this yard, but I think this one was a potato. Yeah. It broke. Just the leaf looks an awful lot similar to the other potatoes in my garden.
But your worm bin, your compost bin doesn't have a smell. It smells clean. Usually, if it's just strictly grains, it has that anaerobic smell. It's like nasty. Yours smells fresh and refreshing.
Well, the rains probably helped with that too. And
Okay.
so I don't ever see a problem with it with critters because I never put any eggshells or dairy or meat products into it. It's only garden or like you said, greens.
You can put eggshells in.
Oh, okay.
But the best thing is to like put them in the microwave for a few minutes just to get them hardcore, so you can kill the salmonella or bacteria that's in the raw eggshells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can put eggshells in there. But yeah, you don't want to put meat, dairy, poop, any of that stuff in there.
Right. So this spring I would see some robins. We've got a nest in the yard, and they the mama would come over and look for food for the babies or whatever for herself or the dad, whatever. And so I loved the design of this compost bin. Jeff and the boys built this, put it in here for me, and then I've got a door.
And weren't your kids Boy Scouts?
They were. Got kind of busy and got away from that a little bit more in high school. But so anyway, that's my little compost area. Got some rhubarb and some other bulb plants that I just brought over.
What are the purple ones?
That's my clematis.
Clematis, okay.
That's been going for a couple of years, and it's beautiful for me. I love it.
Are they considered
Perennials.
Yeah, thank you. Perennial. See, my vocabulary is kind of hard on some of those tongue twisters.
Okay.
But yeah.
So then I've got 2 plants right here that are rescue plants that are not in a place where they would bloom very much. But the hydrangea, this was at a church that it didn't get watered over a vacation. Somebody wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And they were going to throw it away. So I said, well, let me take it and see what happens. You can see all the new greens coming in on it. We'll dig it up and get that bunny out of the way there.
So I never heard of rhubarb till I moved to the Midwest. But with your rhubarb, what do you do? Do you make like apple crisp, rhubarb crisp, or do
Sure. I grew up with lots of rhubarb jam, rhubarb upside down cake, rhubarb crisp, different events, and
it's tart.
it is. You gotta have some sugar at it.
Okay, so you gotta add sugar to make it taste good.
And I love the leaves for just early season, getting the weeds, keeping the weeds down.
So what part of this do you eat of the rhubarb? Is it the stalks or the leaves or both or what?
So the rhubarb that we eat is right in the middle. We'll cut the bulb and we'll cut the leaf off.
Okay.
Cut it really small.
Okay.
And I could eat it right now, but I'm not a big rhubarb fan.
Yeah.
It's better when it's real little.
Okay.
So like this one here is probably almost too little because it'd be annoying to have to chop that in small pieces.
Yeah.
But any bigger than this, and you can still enjoy it because you put a lot of sugar on it.
Okay. Sweet.
But littler is better.
I hear you. Yeah. And you have another garden over there.
Yep.
You have a nice, pretty sunflower.
We do. We've got some potatoes, some different flowers, some chives, a vine.
So did you plant? You had to plant the sunflower, I'm guessing.
I planted it over the winter and then transplanted it out. So it's blooming earlier than I would have expected.
And they get big too. Don't they get real tall?
Well, this one's as tall as it's going to be this year, but it's going to have some nice seeds for some birds, hummingbirds or singing birds.
That is awesome how certain flowers attract certain like hummingbirds or butterflies or whatever, you know, like is it the milkweed they're called for butterflies or something like that?
Yes,
Milkweeds
I
or
got a whole
something?
bunch of milkweed up in the corner by the house, and I actually don't know what brings the hummingbirds to the yard. I have a lot of waterweed right now. That's this little thing right there. I have not been keeping up with the weeding, but in the heat, I don't mind having some weeds to keep the grass, well, just to keep the soil cooler for the other plants.
I understand. And I asked you, so how long have you been composting?
I've had a compost pile on and off for at least 15 years, but it's never anything that I've really studied a lot, other than I've substitute taught in a few classes, and I always jokingly tell the kids that I'm older than dirt, because I know it only takes me about one winter to make dirt. So you're older than dirt too.
No, don't put me in it. I'm young.
No,
I'm
then
only.
the kids laugh, you know. It's like, oh yeah, it only can take 1 or 2 years to make really good dirt, like you said, black gold.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I'm only 21. No, I am older than dirt too as well.
So my basil have gone to seed here, and cilantro have gone to seed, and
what's this right here? Oh, that's awesome.
broccoli's getting eaten up by
So
bugs.
talk to me. The broccoli, I see the head right there. And is that what it looks like?
Yes.
Is that you just get one of those on it, or?
Well, if mine would have grown taller, I'd probably have 3 or so on it.
Oh, there's a minion right there. Little
That's
minion
right, a
one.
little bitty. I got a few strawberries.
Yep,
this
I can
year
see
on
that.
my plant.
I never knew what strawberries look like until we planted strawberries. Now I can tell what the leaves look like. That's awesome.
My broccoli back there did a little bit better.
That is awesome though, how it looks like. It's so much leaf for that little head of broccoli, if that's what you call it.
I tried to protect my carrots a little bit,
Okay.
and it's kind of failed.
Okay.
They're there, but they're covered by the water weed, and I tried to grow leek this year, and it failed.
Okay.
I've got an eggplant and another vine back there and some cherry tomatoes.
Can we look at your millweed or milkweed real quick? Show me
Sure.
what that's about.
You bet. All right, so this is the area that I have some flowers, and I've got a lot of milkweed that have come up on their own. So something brought it in. Milkweed is not really a plant that is very easy to just start on its own. The seeds have to freeze and then grow, and it's very complicated. I mean, I can't explain it. But then these are some transplants.
And
Petunias.
And with milkweed, it attracts monarch butterflies?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I'll have a couple of monarch caterpillars.
Okay. Oh yeah, and monarch caterpillars, that's true too. And then you have daisies.
I've got all these daisies here. I'm really glad that they come back year after year, and they'll kind of spread around the yard. But I've got some like compost right down in here too, just to give it a little extra nutrition.
Okay.
I don't fertilize things. I'll just throw out some of the food that is maybe not good enough to eat anymore and
Okay.
let it break down.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we end this video?
Well, I think that gardening is a wonderful outdoor hobby, and it's also a great indoor hobby in containers. Composting is a really useful tool, and I would encourage you to look it up and give it a try.
If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and have a great day. And thank you, Colleen, for taking time out to do this video.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.